Hey everyone, Tony D here for the Webcomic Factory and Super Frat, here to update you on a few things. Sorry for the late video. I had some technical difficulties videoing with the iPad. I thought that was going to be all cool and funky, but I don't know. I think I need to update my software or something. Anyhow, a few things going on. First, I wanted to tell you about our new sponsors. Number one, of course, is our longtime sponsor, MyDigitalComics.com. Please go to their site. They have a lot of free digital downloads. Most of them are free. And they have a lot of great stuff. So it's just like our site, only you can download it into your computer and read it. So check them out. The new guys are, first, Comic Book Icon. And that's a convention in Iowa. It's put on by the Iowa Comic Book Club. And I'm a real big fan of fans like this putting on conventions. I think the privately run conventions tend to be better. They're less corporate. There's some advantages to being corporate, but I think the fans running a con in a private way far outnumber the big corporate guys because they really have a love for comics that can't be matched by a bunch of guys in polo shirts checking your name tag. I think if you're out there, you should really make an effort to get to the Comic Book Icon and get involved with the Iowa Comic Book Club if you're in Iowa. These guys really do love comics. They're going to have improv shows. Just click on the thing and check out their site. It's on the little box down below. And finally, my big sponsor is Mythos Arcanum, and my friend Joe runs Mythos Arcanum. It's a game. I work on the game with Joe, and what it is, it's a fantasy role-playing game like Dungeons and Dragons, except it has this added element of philosophy. It's very heady, very interesting. It's pushing role-playing games, fantasy role-playing games in particular, in new directions. So you can play sort of the standard characters, but you have this other element of ethics and philosophy that impact the game. And we also created this new character subclass called the Veil Walker, which is a kind of like a Jedi mixed with Neo from the Matrix, and he has these new kinds of mental powers. They're not psionics from the old D&D games. They're something totally new, and they're very sort of mind-bending, and so it gets very surreal in the game at some points. I can't really tell you the real big revelation, although I really want to, but it comes with a really tight campaign. Joe's got me working on other adventures, and so there's a lot of material for it. So definitely click the banner up top. You'll see the ape monster in the logo, and check out Mythos Arcanum. They're raising money for a Kickstarter, and this is an opportunity for you as a gamer to get involved with the Kickstarter and get an advanced copy. And if you don't want to get the print copy, you could get the PDF copy just for $15. So that's a pretty sweet deal. I mean, a whole role-playing game for $15 right down on your computer. I mean, you can't beat it. I remember the old days when I was a gamer. I had my friend's copy of Gamma World, and I borrowed it and photocopied it, which I know you shouldn't do, but I couldn't afford to buy it, so there you go. Anyhow, what's going on? The New York Comic Con just happened. It's still going on today, actually. Today is late Saturday as I'm taping this. So they got tomorrow going on, but I went on Friday. It was all part of the Be Terrific campaign or display or whatever you want to call it. It's a new company. They're doing an online TV show of positive news. So they were reporting from the con, and I was one of the guests, and they were nice enough to give me a badge so I could run around for the day. I would have gotten footage from it. I mean, I got a little bit of footage. I was going to do a walk show, but I got so caught up in the show, I really didn't get any good footage. So I didn't get enough footage. for the walk show. And to be honest, I was so exhausted just from walking around in the short window I was there. I really didn't have time to do a good one and interview people and stuff like that. But you know, I gotta say the New York show was pretty good. It was huge. It was sold out, so unless you had a ticket, you couldn't even get in. They had definitely signs of the. See, it's run by the guys who run the book fair. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that, but it's this big fair they have every year for the publishing trade, and it's just gigantic. And this show was on par with that, and they even had the booths from that show here, and some of the big book publishers were there as well. So it was kind of interesting to see them there alongside of the comics too, because you think, you know, prose, you know, going out the window or whatever, but no, they're there. You know, it's all about the ebooks these days, and just like it's all about the web comics and digital downloads here. So it was a pretty interesting show. Tons of costumes, tons of fun. If you can get down there one more day, Sunday, you know, check it out. New York Comic Con. You know, if your friend's got a pass, because if you don't, there's no way you're getting in now. What else is going on? Oh, we've got some new comics coming online. Still can't talk about them yet. Sorry they're taking so long. We had a few issues with some scheduling, and you know, people get busy. We don't hold it against artists, you know, on our site if they get busy or jammed up. We had an artist, I won't say who it is, but they found love, and so they got a little sidetracked. Hey, you know, it happens, but we hadn't started yet, so that was cool, and hopefully they'll get back on track, and we'll get going with that. I mean, but we're very close to one in particular. I've got 2 pages in the can, and we're pretty excited about it because the colors on it are really nice, and you know, the artist is putting a ton of work in it, so we hope to be announcing that soon. Christian just called me today. She's very excited about some new ideas we've been discussing back and forth. Just got so much stuff brewing. I wish I could talk about it all, but you'll see it on the site. Hopefully this year we'll get some of these up and rolling. And don't miss next week the last installment of Lester Crenshaw is Dead, before it goes on hiatus for a while. So that's going to conclude the current storyline. As you can see, things have been really interesting in that comic. I've really just loved writing it. I can't wait to get to the next chapter. So that's been awesome. Also, you know, Tales of Pizza is going really strong now. We have a new artist named Vig Starmax, and I'll tell you, Vig has just been knocking it out of the park. People are loving the stuff, and he's very excited. We're working on a Halloween storyline right now. He's cranking it out, and hope to start that next week because we're already in October. So that's about it at the Webcomic Factory, and Super Frat, of course, still going strong. So please do us a favor. Oh, and one other thing I'll mention too, aside from the comics, I'm also writing for a site called Boozy.com. It's a comedy site not unlike Super Frat in terms of its tone. So definitely check out my links on Boozy.com. You'll really be helping me out because the more hits I get paid more if one of them goes viral. So pass the link around to your college buddies, or you know, your office buddies, or whoever likes vulgar humor about farts and beer and, you know, the usual stuff I like to write. Yeah, so that's about it. So please check out our sponsor links: mydigitalcomics.com, Comic Book Icon out in Iowa, and Mythos Arcanum, the new fantasy philosophy RPG Kickstarter. And that's it. See ya next time.